Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Week 3 of the 2014 St. Joseph's Collegiate Institute football season as the Marauders are out at Wegman Stadium here at the Aquinas Institute in Rochester. Mark Simon along with Timmy Wegrin and Rich Uppers-Pollier on the video to bring you today's action. Good afternoon, Tim.
Hey, thanks for having me back. I guess I passed the first week audition in the absence of the Hall of Famer, Paul Nasca.
Yep, Coach Nasca on assignment again. Do have a little something going with baseball this weekend, so he should be back in the booth next week. But I think we're going to see a pretty good football game today. Both teams 1-1. Aquinas one of the national preseason powers. However, unfortunately, last week they lost their starting quarterback, and Jake Zembiak, so he's out, you told me, for about 7 weeks?
6 to 7 weeks, non-throwing hand, so his left wrist broken last week. And first offensive play against our friends Canisius in their 34-0 loss to Canisius.
Yep, well, I would expect we'll see a lot of running today. Neither team has thrown the ball a lot coming into this game. I think Aquinas has thrown the ball 26 times in 2 games. The Marauders, not much more than that as well.
Not much. David Archer, 12 of 25 in the year, 205 yards. St. Joe's offense still trying to find their identity. Obviously, they want to run the ball with Ryan Conshafter and Darren Thompson. But you'll see a good mix back and forth. By the way, great day out here.
Yeah, today. Absolutely. A little windy, but temperature mid-70s.
A little windy. We're inside.
Yeah, we're inside the booth here, the bee-infested press box here. A lot of bees swarming around outside the box. We got the windows open. Beautiful day, and we are ready to go. Louis Serace will kick it off as Aquinas will take the opening kickoff and kicks it, and it looks like it's going to bounce at the 10-yard line. Picked up, bobbled by the Little Irish, and brought down is number 27, Damone Burton, a sophomore for the Little Irish. Noonan on the tackle. So Aquinas will start 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
And I believe Jamar Jones.
Right, Jamar Jones will be at quarterback for the Little Irish.
And he is the little brother of the Jones who went to Notre Dame.
Yeah, I believe you are correct.
Jordan, I want to say Jordan, but that's not his first name. I apologize.
Keep an eye on number 4, Terrence Richards. They go shotgun out first play here. 2 left, 2 right. Now they bring a man in motion left side. Jones, and he hands the ball off to Richards. Big hole, cuts it outside. 25-30, 35-40. And he's knocked out of bounds inside St. Joe's territory. That's number 4, Terrence Richards on that opening handoff and run.
41-yard pickup.
Big gain there, big hole. And I just outran the St. Joe's defense, so not a good start for the Marauders.
Defensive end, always got to contain. He took that option read and pulled himself inside and cut right to the outside.
It's homecoming day here today. A little pregame festivities with the parade and motorcade and all kinds of stuff going on here earlier. First down, hand the ball off again, this time to number 12. Is that 12? What number was that? I can't
see. I do see Cordell Owens come up and make a tackle.
Yep, that was 17, Kevin McGee, the running back there. So a gain of about 4, 2nd and 6.
Pretty good crowd out here today.
Oh, yeah, they always draw well here. An unusual Saturday afternoon game here. Usually they play most of their games on Friday nights. So 2nd down at the 44. They call it 7 on the scoreboard. Jones in the shotgun. And hands the ball off to Richards, and he escapes a tackle, but still down he goes for a loss. First contact there was Peter Klopp, number 54.
Great play by Peter Klopp. His first game of the year. He spent some time on a mission in the summer. He missed some practices, so he's eligible to play this week. And talking to Coach Formato, he's going to play in inside linebacker along with Chris Kukta and Julian Smallwood coming in on the defensive line. Speedy, quick, tough kid.
We'll see what the Little Irish do here on 3rd and 11. Again, we said we don't expect a lot of passing. We've got a conference going over on the far sideline with Coach Gilbert and the officials. Not sure what that's about. He doesn't look too happy.
I think Coach Gilbert just trying to set the day with the referees a little early. Have a little conversation, let him know he's there.
Got trip receivers left. Richards in the backfield. Jamar Jones is the shotgun. Fakes the handoff, rolls out to his right, looks over the middle, and it is caught. No, incomplete. The officials caught. The intended receiver was Ernest Edwards. So it'll be 4th down, and the Irish will have to kick it away.
Aquinas receiver was looking for an interference call there, but that was a good play.
Yep, so after that,
great timing.
Yep, after that opening 40-yard run, Marauder D gets it done. And they'll kick it away. Back is number 2, Darren Thompson, along with 21, Ryan Conshafter. Both of them standing at their own 10-yard line. Irish kick, it's a good one. Fair catch called for by Thompson, and he takes it at the 15-yard line.
Smartly done.
And that's where the Marauders will go to work with quarterback David Archer under center. You know the workhorses, Conshafter, Darren Thompson.
And see receivers, probably just go with Connor McKenna, tight end.
Yep, Grant Beyer.
Grant Beyer, who had some great blocking downfield in the game in the win last week versus Clarence.
Oh, yeah, outstanding game by Beyer. He hit some people.
You heard him.
A couple of Karuba collisions. So shotgun for the Marauders. Little short pass to Thompson, and he catches it. It's going to be a short gain of about 3 yards. Terrence Richards on the tackle there. Maybe 2. Get out to the 18-yard line. A little surprise here. Come out, opening up a little bit.
Yeah, you got to do that. You want to just go out and get it 3-4 down or 3-4 yards, soften up the defense a little bit, or bring them in. Ain't so much home run play, but you're just setting plays up like Coach Gilbert does.
Yep, it's kind of a temperature game. We'll see where the Marauders are now in the season. Even without the quarterback, the Irish are still very good. They got thumped last week though by Canisius, 34-0, I believe, was the final.
And I'm sure Coach Battaglia reminded their boys of that all week.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. So 2nd down, Archer rolls out to the right. He throws long, and it's, just over the arms of the intended receiver, Darren Thompson. He had 3 little Irish defenders right around him.
He had Masters. There was the shorter guy ran a little flag pattern, and Thompson ran to go, and Masters was open too. But still, that was a good ball.
Yeah, good throw by David. So that brings up now 3rd and 8 on the 18.
St. Joe's always seems to get in a position where their 3rd down conversions are 3rd and long.
That's not a good place for them to be.
I believe their average on 3rd and long is averaging close to 10 yards. And always makes it more difficult.
Both teams averaging close to 300 yards in offense. Up the Irish in the neutral zone. We have a flag. Archer's throw. Intended for Connor McKenna. Incomplete. And there was no flag. I thought maybe they were in the neutral zone at the snap, but they must have got back. So, surprisingly, the Marauders come out and throw the ball 3 times, and they're going to punt it away. So
last week we were expecting them to throw the ball, and I believe they didn't throw the ball until the 2nd quarter.
You never know what Coach Gilbert's going to bring to the table.
As they say, that's why we're up in a box and Coach Gilbert's coaching.
Yeah, Louis Serace in to kick. Averaging 33.5 yards in it. What snapped over his head, down he goes, and he's going to try to run out, but it is going to be a safety. I looked down at my paper, so I did not see the snap.
My head was down. I don't know if it was a bad snap.
Well, we're going to wait for our delayed replay. Way over his head, uppers. Thank you for that.
Thank you for the spotters.
So high snap, way over Serace's head, and a safety in the Aquinas Little Irish in front now, 2-0. You don't need that on the road.
2-0 Aquinas over St. Joe's. And who said Paul Nasca wasn't announcing? That sounds like a baseball score. That's not
No, you don't need that now. Now you're going to have to punt it away to them or kick it, depending on which they choose, maybe off the tee. Or he used a T on the kickoffs, not the extra points. Does Surace?
2 points doesn't sound like a lot, but if you think about it, you got a touchdown with 7. Now it's a 2-score game.
Well, it's a momentum change. So we just played about 3 minutes, 9:04 here in quarter one. 2-0 for the Irish, Little Irish of Aquinas Institute. Beautiful facility here at Wegmans Stadium.
I've always wondered, they're called the Little Irish, but yet their colors are maroon.
Yeah, the same as ours. Yeah.
Well, why are they called Little Irish?
I don't know. Maybe there was a little maroon leprechaun at one time. I don't know. You can Google that over the weekend. So Surace will kick it away. And good kick. And Botts is off the intended receiver. And going to see if the Marauders can fall on it. They had the first touch, but they couldn't get on it. His wild one, Ernest Edwards, I don't know, maybe he got a little sun in his eyes. And it bounced off his chest. And the first Marauder down had a chance to get it and couldn't fall on it. So Aquinas will take it at their own 33-yard line. Big opportunity missed there by St. Joe's.
One of my favorite sayings in football, it is an oblong spear. You never know the way it's going to bounce. And at St. Joe's, player looks like he was down and it just squirmed out underneath the turf.
Yeah, he was first guy on it, yeah. So, again, keep an eye on number 4, Terrence Richards. Imagine he'll be their workhorse today. He just comes on the field. They work out of this shotgun. Trips to the right, one left. The lone back is Richards. And Jones gives it to him. Tries to find a hole. Nothing much there. Good job by the Marauder front 4. And it's about a 3-yard game.
That was. They clogged that up well. That was the first play you busted for 40-plus on their first possession.
Richards, 56 yards a game in the first 2 on 16 carries, 113 yards. So they give him a generous 4. 2nd and 6.
Very important for St. Joe's to try to get them a 3-and-out. Get back on offense. Don't let it change the momentum with that bad snap and safety.
Trips to the right. Short little bubble screen out in the flat. It's caught and still on his feet. That's number 6, Taylor Riggins. And he's got it out to the 45. It'll be enough for a Aquinas first down.
Just a little bubble pass. Good blocking downfield by their wide out on Josh Jackson. Josh needs to fight through that and rip. Eight minutes and rolling on the scoreboard clock.
Jones shotgun again. Looks like Kevin McGee maybe is the lone back now. Another one of those patented Irish little guys who usually can run. And he's got it. And up the middle he goes. Big hole to the St. Joe 44-yard line. Gain of 11. First down again for the Irish.
Little bowling ball with cleats on.
Yep.
How many times have we seen that?
Well said. No, they just keep manufacturing them here. All these it's a great word, little bowling ball.
If Paul is listening, I believe that was his line that he's
always
said.
No, he's got a lot of lines, that Paul Naska. Recent inductee into the St. Joe's Hall of Fame.
Well deserved.
Offset eye to the left of Jameer Jones. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right.
Little pistol formation on this.
And they hand the ball off to Richards. He's looking for some running room, and he finds some out to the St. Joe 35-yard line, a gain of about 9, 2nd and 1. So they're getting big chunks on the ground.
That was some nice little moves by Mr. Richards.
Got Dan Carr up front, Zach Clapp.
Cordell Owens at defensive end. Connor McKenna, the other defensive end. Louis Surace, the only sophomore on the St. Joe squad, outside linebacker.
Is up there. Yep, Brandon.
Con Shafter, linebacker.
So 2nd and 1. Their quarterbacks work out of the shotgun all game. They give the ball. Read option. He faked it to McGee, and Jones keeps it very, very close to the first down. We may have I think he's got it if I was a gambling man. And I think they're going to measure that football is well over the line. So if the guy who painted the field did a good job, it will be a first down. And it is. Okay. Move the chains. 5:56 to go. Quarter one, 2-0. The Little Irish in front. No, this is not baseball.
When is Derek Jeter's last game's coming up? When is the end of baseball season? End of the month?
Probably next week. I wouldn't be surprised next weekend.
3 at Boston at the end and 6 more at home.
Yep,
Thank you,
so
Mr. Uppers. 9 games left. Classy athlete.
Gotta be
Derek
honest with
Jeter.
you, I haven't watched a baseball game in a month.
I haven't watched one this year, Paul. Or, I mean, Mark.
Empty backfield, 3 left, 1 right, and option again, and Jones keeps it, finds another big hole up the middle of the line, and it's going to be a gain of 10 for another Little Irish first down. So big chunks. They've seen something on the tape that they're going right over the center on these running plays.
Simple read options. Is Keenan on a defensive end, cutting inside of it.
Got to do a better job in the middle of that St. Joe's defensive line.
Talking with the coaches before the game, they were going to try to rotate every 2 or 3 plays the interior line.
Apty Pasquale's in there now, along with Smallwood. McKenna and Owen on the wings. They're like a 4-4. And another handoff. This time it's to A.J. Labruto, number 22. Gain of about 5 inside the St. Joe 20-yard line.
Just another small, compacted back.
Oh, nice little breeze there. I like that.
No yards for Aquinas yet, and we have almost 80 yards total offense, all on the ground. 1 attempted pass, 1 incomplete.
Well, if you're going to be able to get 10 on every one, you might as well just keep running it.
Game's pretty simple when you keep it on the ground. Going back to that pistol formation.
Pistol, 2 to the right, 1 left. Oh, we got movement there,
Movement.
Number 24, Tyler Olbrich. Aquinas has already had about 5 or 6 running backs in the game.
And they will discuss whether he was drawn offside. I don't believe he was.
It's got to be a false start. Yeah, the Olbrich 24 moved out of his stance in the backfield.
I agree.
So break there, 5. So it'll be
back to 2nd and 10.
Yep, 2nd and 10, maybe 11. At the 24 now.
2nd and 11. You are correct. Empty set.
Yep, empty
5
backfield
receivers.
Again. Yep. Another bubble screen. Ran that play a little earlier. Same play, same man's got it. That's number 9. It's Ernest Edwards. And he stepped out of bounds at the 15, so it's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
Gain of 9 on the play.
This very well could be 2 down territory if they don't get it here on 3rd.
Yeah. I would imagine they have a pretty good field goal kicker. Again, just like St. Francis and Monsignor Martin, and here at St. Joe's, Aquinas always has good field goal kickers. And I'm sorry if I don't mention also Canisius and Mr. Tarbot, I believe, kicked a 52-yarder last week for the Crusaders.
Yep. Some good kickers in the league. Serace is capable of 50 yards. Yeah. So here we go on 3rd and 2. And fakes the pass, quarterback draw right up the middle, inside the 10. It'll be another Aquinas first down.
Easily.
6 first downs already for the Little Irish. Clock ticks, 3:22 to go here, quarter 1. Little Irish in front, 2-0 on a safety and a high snap over the head of punter Louis Serace. So 1st and goal, they spotted at the 9.
Look for them to try to get the edge here.
Yep.
Or
A.J. Labruto, the running back to the right of Shamir Jones. And Jones is just going to follow his blocking over right side. A little quarterback sweep to the 5-yard line.
Yeah, that was a call play. That was no read on that. You called it right.
Absolutely. So 2nd and goal at the 5.
If there's a delay, I'm also trying to keep stats for numbers for the team, and I just realized I've been marking down many tackles.
Uh-oh, yep.
You have to go back and look at the
There haven't been a lot of tackles, my friend. That's why they have video. Hand the ball off to Richards up left side. He is close, and he's in. Touchdown for the Little Irish. 5-yard run, Terrence Richards. And the score is now 8-0. They're just able to run the ball at will at this point.
Simple little dive. Head up blocking in front. Nothing fancy. Solid football.
Their kicker, Ian Place. Got a kicker's name, Ian. He's in for the extra point. Everything is good, and the kick is good. So 2:09 to go here in quarter number 1. The Little Irish in front now, 9-0.
Drive of 67 yards and just a little less than 7 minutes.
Hey, next week, don't forget open house at St. Joe's for our just prospective young men looking to tour and see the great campus and facilities at St. Joe's. Next Sunday morning, 10:30 to 3, and next Monday, 5 to 7:30, I believe, are the times. Bring any young men down, get a tour, meet the faculty, meet the kids, see the facilities.
Always a good turnout. Very important part of St. Joe's year. You know, just as we expect, when summer starts coming to an end, all of a sudden we're talking open house.
Yep.
It's like, before you know what fall's going to be, full bloom. The leaves will be changing colors.
Yeah, we'll be talking basketball.
Basketball.
Yep.
I understand you had a coaches meeting already.
Had one coaches meeting already.
Get everybody together, get the program on the same page. You have to.
So now,
different kicker.
Yeah, different kicker for the kickoffs. Declowitz. And it's taken by Grant Byer, and he tries to run to the middle of the field, and nothing there. First time we've seen Byer back.
It was sort of
kick. So first down at the 17-yard line. Second possession of the day for the Marauders.
2 minutes left in the first quarter, and Joes have ran 3 offensive plays.
They were 3 and out. 3 passes, so
yes.
See if they go back and try to establish the run out of the eye. Conchafter and Darren Thompson. David Archer, the junior under center. And he hands the ball off to Thompson. He squiggles his way through up to the 22 or 23-yard line. Gain of about 4.
I gave him
Second down.
6.
Did they? Okay.
An announcer gives him 6. And
the announcer
David
did,
Archer
you did, so I'm good with that.
David Archer is a senior. I might have just said he was a junior.
No, I believe he is a junior, actually. Oh, you're right.
Quarterback,
yes.
David Archer.
Yes, you're right. He was a junior in May when I was doing baseball.
There you go.
So you're right. I forgot we flipped seasons.
We
flipped seasons into fall. Yeah.
And Dave did not play football last year, so you were thinking baseball.
No, I did baseball in May, so it wasn't that long ago. I was calling him a junior.
Maybe we should start talking volleyball and soccer. We've talked basketball, baseball, football.
Hey, this week we'll be broadcasting volleyball on Tuesday at 6:30 against St. Francis, and then Thursday night, always a fan favorite, Canisius will be at St. Joe's at 6:30. So we'll have volleyball broadcast Tuesday night, Thursday night at 6:30, soccer Wednesday at 4:30 against St. Francis, and then next Saturday, St. Francis will come to St. Joe's for football. So
You have a
busy week next week. Yep. Looking
first
forward
down
to the
on
volleyball. Yep.
for St. Joe's on the encroachment penalty against the Little Irish.
Archer gives the ball to Thompson, trying to find some room. Nothing there. Good job by the up front men for the Little Irish. Some big boys up front for them.
As 50 seconds left to go on in the quarter. I get at least one play off, maybe two. Wind, I'm looking at the wind. It is pretty windy out today, and thought it was at our back. It might be a swirling, but I would say it's at our back.
Yep, blowing from the visitors or from the home team sideline to the
I was watching
Marauder sideline.
Watching David Archer in warm-up, so he throws a pretty strong ball into the wind or against it. So
again fakes it to Thompson, rolls out to his right. He's under pressure by Jameer Jones. He breaks the tackle, still on his feet, Archer, and he gets a first down over the 40-yard line. Nice piece of running there by David Archer, and he was just able to get out of the hands of Jones. So first down. Second first down.
Yes.
For the Marauders on this drive-in of the game. They run the clock.
I'm sure if you look at some of Dave Archer's numbers on Max Props, doesn't look like he's a pretty good runner. He has been sacked 9 times for minus 83 yards in those two games so far this year, but he can move.
He can move. And speaking of move, we're going to move on to the second quarter as quarter one is in the books. Dominated by the Little Irish of Aquinas. St. Joe's trying to establish something. We've played one. The score is 9-0. The Little Irish of the Aquinas Institute. We got about 9,000 cheerleaders here. Aquinas.
Used to be around 54.
Excuse me?
Cheerleaders.
Uppers has accounted 54 cheerleaders. Well, you count them while we're in commercial break here. Oh, we're not in a commercial break because we don't do commercials.
If there was a commercial.
Yeah, if there was a commercial break. And the Marauders come out from the sideline. They've got the play and are ready to go. Led by big Austin Greenwood, number 76, Dan Carr, 73. That's the right side of the Marauder line. Zagario at the center. Conchafter, Thompson. Pitched the ball to Thompson. Runs the short side of the field and knocked out of bounds. Gain of maybe just one. 2 here. So we'll bring up second down.
Was that the same play that they ran earlier in the game?
Short little pitch to Thompson. As we know, Coach Gilbert likes to run short side of the field. And
nothing wrong with establishing a line of scrimmage.
Nope. So now there's shotgun, 2 right, 2 left. Thompson's in your slot left. Now they bring McKenna in motion. And they fake the handoff to him, and they give the ball to Conchafter. And he gets it out to around the 47, 48-yard line. So big third down here. See if they can keep this drive alive.
Bringing up a 3rd and 5. This drive.
Pass here. I wouldn't be surprised he throws the ball here.
No pass attempts yet on this drive. It's only 2 first downs in.
Not sure if they can get 5 on the ground here.
Aquinas has always got a tough front 8,
no
front
question,
7. Yeah. Just some nice size up front, athletic, tough to move the ball on.
Oh, shotgun again. Archer. Quick pass left side for Byer, well over his head, incomplete. And it'll be 4th down. And I would imagine the punting team will come out with Louis Serace, and let's see if we can get it right this time.
Yes. We've been struggling on our snaps, on our extra points. Sometimes the snaps are a little high, not very consistent. And again, special teams, there's always three parts to every football team: offense, defense, and specials.
Serace on a good snap this time. End-over-end kick. Taken by number 5, Brienza. Finds some room up the left side. Still on his feet over the Aquinas 40-yard line. About a 26-yard return there.
Off 33-yard punt. That's a net gain of only 7 on the field
position. Not much. So let's see if the Marauder defense can get them 3 and out here.
It's really it seems to be a little flat out here. Even the crowd, or it's just me. Not much energy throughout. Let's see if our Marauders can cause something to happen here. A blitz, something to disrupt the flow of the running game. Looks like Louis Serace is coming in. Short side.
Yep, they hand the ball off to Richards. Again, big hole over the middle.
Gain of 9.
Yep. Out to the Aquinas 49-yard line. Second and maybe 2. Give him 8 there.
Mr. Richards, 68 yards on 5 carries so far. Just pretty quick to figure out that average. It's over 12 yards a pop.
Second and 2. Jones in the shotgun. Fakes the bubble screen under pressure, and down he goes.
Patrick Klopp.
Peter Klopp.
Oh, Peter Klopp.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Peter, his younger brother Patrick plays with us on JV. So
good job by Peter.
I got you thinking
big
about
loss. I want to go Zach Clapp, Peter Klopp. They got all,
Hey.
But it's third and a big bunch now. 3rd and 14. Clock inside. 9 minutes. 9-0. Aquinas in front. We're here in quarter 2 on a beautiful day at Wegmans Stadium.
Klopp was coming off a blitz on that.
Institute. Yep.
And that's what he was talking about. They need something just to disrupt, and try to get some momentum going here. Big third down.
Trips to the right. 1 left. Richards, the lone back. Look pass here. Jones looking, got time, throws in the slot, and he's got his man. It's number 9, Ernest Edwards, for a first down for the Irish. Great throw and catch there.
That's how you do it. 3rd and 14, a gain of 25. That always stings just a little bit.
Oh, yeah, yep. So the little Irish making plays when they have to make them so far.
Peter Masters looked like he had a good angle on the ball. I don't know if he misjudged it just a little bit or bad timing on his part, but he went up and fell right into for the Aquinas first down.
Handoff, that time it's 17, Kevin McGee. Gain of a couple inside the Marauder 35-yard line.
Ryan Conchafter, Cordell Owens come up. Short gain of 3.
A little steamy up here in the press box.
Yeah, it is.
A little bit.
Little Irish have over 10 minutes possession compared to only 5 here for St. Joe's in the first half. Just methodically going up and down.
Clock is running quickly. It's 7 minutes already. Throw just over the extended arms of Navik Tisdale. Be 3rd down and 7.
The last 3rd down was 3rd and 14 on a completion for 25 yards.
I don't know if he, the wind might be a little behind him too. Yep.
Yeah,
so could be a field goal range for their guy.
Even the little Irish mascot is in maroon. It's
Yep.
not green. So I guess I got to get over it.
Yep, trips to the left, one right. And Jones keeps it
Sweep
himself
all
on
the
the
way.
left side, and he gets it inside
Short.
the 30-yard line, but he's going to be short of the first down.
Christopher Kukta up on the tackle. A little help from Mr. Klopp. And brings up a 4th and 3.
At the 29, and it looks like they're going to go for it. Well, no kickers coming off the sideline, so that answers that question.
So they're on a 29. They need to get
Big stop here. Need a big stop.
up to 20, just shy of the 26. So about 4th and a long 2.
Yep, 3 receivers to the short side, 1 right to the right. And he's going to keep it himself again, left side. He's got the first down inside the St. Joe 25 down to the 22-yard line. So Jameer Jones getting it done on the ground.
I can't even recall that a read option. That was just
No, it's a
called
straight.
sweep.
Yep, absolutely. Yep.
Off tackle, more or less.
Yep. Timeout for injury. Tisdale down for the Little Irish. I mean, the run defense has got to be better here.
Yeah.
Giving up big numbers already.
Up to 120 yards rushing, giving up to Little Aquinas.
In a quarter and a half.
We have number 2.
Yep,
for Aquinas.
Tisdale's down.
Tisdale. Any big college games on today, Mark?
I think Florida, Alabama, 3:30 start.
Good old SEC matchup. We
Yeah.
get into conference play, always fun time of the year. And tonight we have Florida State and Clemson.
Yeah, that's the night game.
That's a night game.
Okay.
And Florida State came out with a late decision last night to
Yeah, I saw that.
bench the infamous Jameis Winston all game long for his actions. We'll just let it go at that. So that game could be interesting. Clemson was surely the underdog, even though
Yep.
and the game is in Florida State. Last year was a coming-out party for Jameis Winston against Clemson early in the year. Showed that they were on a national scene. Tisdale gets up.
All right, it looks good. It's like he's all right. I'm sure he'll be back. But another first down for Aquinas. So we got close to 10 first downs now, I'm going to guess.
We're up to 8, Mark.
8, okay. Seems like 10 or more.
Yes.
Every time I look, we're moving the chains.
6 minutes left in the first half. And the time of possession is over 12 minutes for Aquinas. Need to come up with a stop.
So here we go. Trips to the left. Richards the lone back. Jameer Jones at quarterback. And he gives the he fakes it to Jones, rolls out to his right. He had a receiver early and didn't throw it to him. Fumble. The ball's on the ground. We may have a turnover here.
It's like
Let's see.
Conchafter picks it up for St. Joe's.
And a big turnover there. The Marauders take it at their own 15-yard line.
Jones had somebody open in a flat.
Oh, yeah. He had Taylor Riggins right up in the right flat. Chose not to throw it to him. Not sure why.
Yeah. And I believe Conchafter came up, read it, made a nice tackle, stripped. I believe did he pick up the fumble or Louis Suarez?
Not sure. We're a little far back here in our broadcast location. But, hey, they got a much-needed turnover. Keep themselves within striking distance. It's 9-0 Aquinas. 5 minutes to go. Quarter number 2. Hand the ball off to Thompson. Find some room over the right side out to close to the 22-yard line. A gain of 7.
Great first down. That's so important just to get some positive yardage on first down.
Yeah, absolutely, yep. See if they can take advantage of that turnover. I mean, the Irish were definitely knocking on the door. High formation again. Bombierski now the up back. Gives the ball to Thompson, and nothing there. Get no gain. It'll be 3rd and 3.
Give credit to Aquinas front. I saw a little bit of a hole in opening. I thought Durham was going to pop through, and it closed real quick. Bringing up another 3rd and 3.
Yep. We've got timeout called by Coach Gilbert. I think he recognizes the importance of this 3rd down.
Yeah, he would love to get some points on this drive. Well, let's just keep getting the first downs, move it, get in Aquinas territory, take a couple of shots. 4 minutes, obviously a lot of time left, 2 timeouts.
Yeah, you'd hate to have to just give the ball right back to them. Especially in where they could have good field position. So we need to get some first downs or anything. We need to break something long.
Different team than years past.
No, right. We haven't been able to.
Big plays.
Yep, I was just thinking that. We have not had a lot of big plays so far.
We got to give a quick little shout-out. Speaking of big plays, our JV squad beat their Little Irish yesterday 20-0. Takes their record to 3-0 on the year.
Yeah, it was a great win. Congratulations to you and the rest of the staff.
Boys are playing well. 2 shutouts in a row. 3rd and 3.
Here we go, out of the eye. Archer trying to draw him off. Gives the ball to Thompson, and they're in the backfield to meet him for a big, big loss. It's number 27, Damone Burton. And the Aquinas defensive front people just continue to dominate the Marauders, and they'll have to punt it away.
Yeah, that's some pretty good speed getting it outside. Darren Thompson getting about 4.6. High 4.5, 40-yard dash time, and nowhere on the outside.
Yeah, so it's a loss of 6. And we've got whistles, all kinds of whistles here. Timeout called by Aquinas. Brienza and Edwards are the return men. I'm looking at the flags on the goalposts and the American flag, is it's blowing a little bit in our face here, Starace's face, I would think.
Louis Sarace, a sophomore, strong leg. I believe he's just starting to learn how to be a good kicker. His punting is 33, 34-yard average, nothing fantastic. But I think next couple of years, getting some work with special team coaches, getting some extra off-season work. But he's also an athlete. He's starting outside linebacker and can play wide out as well.
So just Sarace standing about his 3-yard line. Good snap. Oh, they try to block it. It's a high kick, but very short. And a fair catch signal given by Zach Brienza. And the Little Irish will start at the Marauder 42. 3 minutes, 51 seconds to go here in the first half. And it's Aquinas 9, St. Joe's nothing.
Ty, only a 23-yard punt, but with that rush coming on him, and that's exactly what you want, just get the kickoff. Yep. That's why Aquinas called that timeout.
Yep, and into that tough win. So we'll see what the Irish can do with it. Marauders desperately need to hold them. Keep this thing at 9-0 heading into the locker room at halftime. Jones hands the ball off to Richards, and Smallwood had him, and he breaks the tackle, and now it is brought down by Louis Sarace.
Louis Sarace, a little help from Ryan Conchafter, nice play.
Yep, Smallwood did a good job to get in the backfield, slow him down, and he almost got away, though. They're tackling at times. The first two games has been a little suspect. So, but the result of the play is a 10-yard loss. Be 2nd and 20. Aquinas hit their own 47-yard line now.
Julian Smallwood caused the play, back up. Conchafter, Reddick come up. Louis Sarace. That's when, as a running back, you just want to take the negative, fall down. That's okay. But he ran back for another 7 or 8, so minus 12 on the play.
Well, we'll see what the Irish do. They got trips to the right. Bubble screen to Edwards. We've seen this. Oh, not Edwards. It's another receiver. And he takes it inside the St. Joe 40-yard line. It's Taylor Riggins. So a big gain there. What, about maybe 15, 14? They mark it at the
about a gain of 20.
38.
It was, you're right, 18. It was 2nd and 22, bringing up 3rd and 7.
So a big third down. Clock runs 2:22 now here in the first half. And might I add, a very quick first half.
That little bubble screen, that's just getting an athlete into open space.
Yeah, it is, yep.
Let him make something happen.
And Jones is going to keep it himself on a quarterback sweep, and he's got enough for the first down. That play's been very successful today, and he goes out of bounds at around the 30. But they get to move the chains. First down, Little Irish.
Got out of bounds, as you said, stopping the clock. And now they're telling him to wind it. He did not get out of bounds.
Yep. I like this officiating crew.
Very good.
Keep winding it.
Aquinas has 2 timeouts left. I'm a little surprised there. Oh, they got a lot of time, 30-yard line.
Oh, yeah.
No rush.
Yep, little pistol. And hands the ball off to Richards. So he tries to find room up the middle. And a late flag comes in there now.
Chris Kukta up on the tackle.
On the tackle, number 63. See what the late flag is. It's not good for the Marauders.
No.
I'm guessing.
Hey, that would be, we're 1 minute away from halftime here, and the first flag on St. Joe's. They've cleaned that up from last week, 13 calls. But that's one you don't want to see, a personal foul.
Yep, personal foul. So that's going to go probably half the distance, probably down to around the 13. So, yeah, good point, Timmy. Yeah, last week's penalty fest for the Marauders, and this is what, the first flag today.
Yes. Brings up first down at the 11.
11-yard line.
I didn't quite see if there was a face mask at the end.
No,
of the
he
play,
didn't say face mask. He just said
anything.
personal foul. Yeah, he just gave maybe a late hit or somebody coming in late on the play. Or
got to toughen up here. Need no points for a halftime. Regroup a little bit. Figure out how to stop their power running game and open up our power running game, which is so important to our offense.
I thought this would have been a half the distance penalty since the play was at the 26.
Well, it's only half the distance when it's inside the 20. So it's a full 15 yards from the 26 down to the,
Nope. Half the distance, yep.
You know, I stand corrected again. I don't understand why.
Yeah, anything.
Inside the 20 will always, okay.
Well, they wouldn't, it's the amount of the penalty times 2, so 15, it would anything 30. Inside the 30 on a 15-yarder.
So as soon as
the 10-yarder would be there. They fakes the pass. Jones keeps it up the middle, finds a hole, and he gets it down inside the Marauder 5. It'll be a first down.
Nice design. Little quarterback draw.
Yep. And Aquinas just surgically taking it to the Marauder front 4 here on the ground. Again, the clock is stopped here at a minute. Imagine they're just getting the chain set, or
chain set. He just got to put the marker at the 4. Not quite sure why on that. They're putting more time on the clock, I believe. They're up to now.
Oh, okay. Yep, minute and 13, it says.
And explaining it to Coach Gilbert. 1:13 left.
Plenty of time for the Irish to knock it in here. Now we've timeout call by St. Joe's.
I have a funny feeling Coach Gilbert may lead this huddle on this timeout here, trying to get the troops a little rallied up.
Recognizing again the importance of a stop here. It's homecoming day.
Homecoming or alumni?
Alumni, homecoming.
Alumni weekend. And I believe we were class of 1931, a Tierney. And how many times have we heard the Tierney name over the last dozen or so years?
Yeah, he was on the first ever Aquinas football team. And he was out for the coin flip at the beginning of the game.
You're right about the number of cheerleaders on the Aquinas. They must have the JVs, freshmen, and varsity.
Did you count them, Uppers? 44?
Uppers counts 44.
44.
We have 46 players on our roster.
Yeah. This is a little bigger school than ours.
Yeah, a little bigger school. Obviously, it's co-ed compared to the fine institution, Kenmore Avenue, being all male. All right, back to football. First and goal from the 4, 109 left. Aquinas 2 timeouts. They need to make a stop. It's no simpler said than that.
And they have so many weapons here on the ground, you don't know where they're going to go. The quarterback, a huge threat. They give the ball to Richards. He kicks it outside, gets the edge, and in for the score. Terrence Richards from 4 yards. And Aquinas adds to their lead. It's now 15-0.
Made it look pretty easy, just getting the outside, not much resistance.
They've just got so many weapons that they can run run on the ground, and the quarterback is a huge threat. So tough to defend.
A minute 50 and 42 yards was a short field after the short punt and the return.
And Ian Place knocks the extra point home. And with 1:04 left here in the first half, the Little Irish extend the lead to 16-0 over your St. Joe Marauders.
That was some weird scores of our games. Our first game against St. Anthony's, we put up 16 points. Last week was 30 to 21. Now we got 16. I believe a couple of safeties always changed around the numbers. I'm sure nobody's got their number scores for the game. 6 and 0 is a odd number.
Your pool, yeah.
Be pretty happy on that one. I'm sure Coach Gilbert's talking to his players, say, hey, is anything positive on this drive? Let's get a nice return. We still got a timeout. Let's get positive yardage and regroup a little bit at halftime.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll have some interesting halftime stats when we come back at the break after halftime. That's going to be very lopsided, I would imagine.
I could say I just lost my pen and I just can't keep the stats anymore. But, it's going to be in favor of the Little Irish, we do believe, as we know already. All right.
And here's the kick. Taken by Conshafter around the 3-yard line. Trying to find a lane up the middle. Nothing there. And they're going to have another very poor drive start at the 17-yard line. With a minute to go. Let's see, will he throw it or will he just take a couple knees and head in and regroup?
Coach Gilbert, a couple of running plays. I don't believe he'll take a knee. That's not his style. He's always going to keep swinging. He might not put the ball up in the air, but sure won't take a knee.
Shotgun for Archer. That offside here is one of the...
minutes and 45-second time possession Aquinas in this first half out of 24 minutes of football.
Yep. So Archer in a shotgun. Peter Masters down at the bottom of your screen. McKenna in the other slot. And they hand the ball off to Conshafter. And nothing but a host of Little Irish. So a gain of maybe 1. It'll be second and about 3. Give him 2 yards there. Second and 3.
I'll give him 2.
And clock runs at 40 seconds.
all intents and purposes, should be the last play of the half. Not that we would like to see you all go.
Got trips now down to the bottom of the screen. See if he looks to launch one at 24 seconds running. And he rolls out to his right. Looking. Nobody there. And he's tackled out of bounds at the 26-yard line. 14.7 seconds on the clock. Third down now.
Bringing up a 3rd and 2. To get out of bounds, stop the clock. He'll still try to get something to open up downfield. Well covered by Aquinas.
Third and 2. Aquinas still has timeouts. They could force the Marauders into another punt.
They do have timeout. 2 timeouts left.
Yeah. So, they got to run and get a first down here. Because if not, they'll take a timeout, and I would imagine he gives the ball to Thompson, and he's got enough for the first down. Oh, good job, T.
We're playing little catch the bee by the window, swatting it down. Give one for the
Clock
good guys.
runs inside 7 seconds. And with that,
At least. Very tough first half.
Yep, the first half has come to an end here at Wegmans Stadium, home of the Little Irish, and it's been all Irish up to this point, where they have a comfortable 16-0 lead over your St. Joe Marauders. Mark Simon, Tim Wegren, Rich Uppers Pollier bringing you all the action. We're going to take a little break. Uppers is going to throw the scoreboard on the screen for you. And we'll be back with the second half action in about 20 minutes. Stay with us. Hey, we're back for second half action here at Wegmans Stadium, home of the Little Irish of Aquinas, who are leading the Marauders 16-0 here at halftime. Mark Simon, Tim Wegrin, and Rich Uppers-Pollier bringing you all the action. Hey, Timmy, what do we got for stats of the first half?
If you're an Aquinas fan, we have some pretty good numbers, but for St. Joe's, not looking too good. 32 total yards for St. Joe's in the first half, 29 rushing. Only ran 14 plays. Time possession was 15 and a half minutes for the Little Irish and 8.5 for St. Joe's. Conversely, Aquinas 200 yards offense in the first half, led by 70 yards from Terrence Richards in his 2 scores. And the safety, which pretty much brings us to a 16-0 score. We were talking about out-of-town scores to try to get a little fill going in here. We don't have a lot going on.
No, nothing going on, Well, that's one of the, with the 1 o'clock starts, most of the high schools are still starting at 2. So majority of the high school games are just getting underway. But the Marauders got to figure out a way to get it done here. They should get the opening kick, if I remember correctly.
You know what? I thought we went on offense first.
Did we? Well, maybe we did. Who did? We getting it right. We're getting it to start the second.
Yes, we get a second.
We won the toss and deferred. Yep. Okay. And they're going to need a good start here because it was all Aquinas, as Timmy said with the statistics, 200 yards to 30. And offense and defensive lines of the Irish are just doing what they need to do.
Do what they normally do. They usually control the play at the line of scrimmage. Just some basic power running plays by Aquinas. Really nothing. Couple of read options. Jones, who was only in his first start as a quarterback for Aquinas, we talked about briefly to start out the broadcast, was their junior all-phenom, all-everything quarterback is injured for the year with a broken wrist, Jake Zembeck. Jones is doing a decent job in his replacement.
He's an amazing athlete. He's a basketball player. He's just he's a stud athlete. 6'3", graceful, and And
running. Coming in, he's actually was the team's leading receiver too. Before Zembeck got hurt, with all of the yardage coming in their first opening win.
So the Irish will go from right to left. They're in their all maroons. The Marauders in white and the gray pants, maroon helmets. Devin Zeklowitz will kick it off here for the Irish. Darren Thompson back along with Marcus Evans. And it's probably Conshafter. It is. And here we go. Half number 2 is underway. And that kick is into the end zone. An automatic touchback in high school football. And the Marauders, again, will have another drive start at the 20 or inside. Field position has not been their friend today.
As much as we're talking about the big advantage Aquinas has on their numbers statistically in the first half, it's only a 16-0 ball game. That's 2 scores.
They can get back in it. Yeah, no question. But
get a couple of first downs, get into a little pace. Again, still trying to find their identity, this St. Joe's football team. Different from years past, not a big play type of offense.
Right. Well, they haven't shown anything today that would think they can get back in this game, but we'll see. Josh Jackson now in the backfield for St. Joe's. Thompson in the slot up, and they run into each other. Does Archer and Jackson, and Archer's going to grind it all out on his own to the 24-yard line. So a mixed-up play ends up in a 4-yard gain.
He got 4 yards out of nothing. It looked like it was supposed to be a delayed draw, and Josh Jackson in the fullback spot didn't really get the play right, and Archer just kept himself wisely, got to the outside, bring up 2nd and 6.
A lot of bees here today.
Bees.
Not only 44 cheerleaders, but Hornets are in and out of the press box.
We've already killed like 2 or 3. At least we're beating something today.
Yeah. So Archer with Jackson to his right. Looks like maybe they're going to open this thing up here in half number 2. And they fake it to Thompson, give it to Jackson, and the Little Irish are not fooled at all. Tony DeLeo, number 56, on the defensive tackle.
Everything Archie got on those 4 yards, we gave it right back.
Yep.
Bringing up a 3rd and 10.
Again, you've said it before, total domination at the line of scrimmage by the Little Irish, which you would expect. They were going into last week's game with Canisius, ranked in the 48th in the USA Today poll,
Correct.
or whatever
Number
that
one
is,
in the state
whatever that is, worth. So, one guy wasn't going to make them bad.
And some people have said too, Zemback doesn't play defense, and yet Canisius put up 30 points last week. They are clicking on all cylinders, as they say.
Right, Archer to throw, right side, and is intended for Peter Masters. A little too high and out of his reach, and it'll bring up a 4th down. The Marauders and the Crusaders, 2 weeks from today, 1 o'clock at St. Joe's. It's a 1 o'clock start. Canisius at St. Joe's, 2 weeks from today. That would be October 4th.
October 4th.
I have a calendar in front of me. So Louis Saracen to kick again today. Be his 3rd punting attempt, I believe.
Correct.
Oh, another high snap, just like the first half, over his head, out of the end zone. Another safety.
Can you say
unbelievable? That's an instant replay of what happened to start the game. I mean, that was a good 3-4 feet over his head. Cruised right out the back of the end zone. So 2 points. And Aquinas in front, 18-0 now.
I will admit, I've always wanted to use this line on the air before. As Yogi Berra would say, it's like deja vu all over again.
It's deja vu all over again.
I'm done for the day.
There you go. Oh, boy. Wow. The game, this is hard enough. You don't be spotting them safeties now. They're going to have to kick into the wind. So you would expect a good drive start for Aquinas. And this thing is slowly going to get away. We just started the second half. 10 minutes, 16 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Aquinas opens the scoring 3 minutes into the first half with a bad snap for a safety. Now we're 2 minutes into the second half. Bad snap, safety. 4 points to a team that you cannot afford to give them anything cheap.
So Cerezo will put it down on the 20, kick it off the tee.
Wise.
To a host of great athlete return men for the Little Irish. Race, good kick into the wind. It holds it up. It's going to bounce at the 40. Takes a good bounce. Could be the Marauders' ball. And we'll see who's got it. Waiting for the signal. No, I don't know how they couldn't get that ball. There were 3 white shirts right around it. It bounced backwards right into what you thought would be their arms. And somehow Aquinas magically got it. So what could have been an opportunity to maybe change the momentum in this game turns into Aquinas.
The wind, actually, I'm looking at the flag right now. They probably picked up just enough. Louis, good kick, 40 yards, but it hung up sort of like a nice wedge onto a green from about 90 yards out. Came down soft, landed, bounced back in St. Joe's favor, and hey, it's an oblong spear. I said that once before. I'll say it again. It takes plenty hops.
Injury for a Little Irish 27, Damone Burton.
So we haven't talked about our the big Buffalo Bills. That was a nice nice start, 2-0. I know some people like to jump on the bandwagon and hop off the bandwagon, but as we all know, it was a great week to be a Buffalo sports fan last week.
Yep, it sure was. Great game. They're I said it in August. The preseason is meaningless.
Yes, and it's so funny. The joke's been the last 10 or 12 years, the best time to be a Bills fan is in August. Everybody is talking real positive, and then their preseason games not looking very well, and the naysayers start doing their stuff and naysaying. But it's a different offense in the first 2 games than what we've seen in the preseason. Still an Aquinas player on the field.
Yep. A little hot up here in this press box.
Yeah, it is a little on the muggy side. We do have the windows open, therefore letting in the bees. What are we up to, uppers? We've killed 3 so far?
We're on a roll.
Again, it's sort of like the Bob Uecker from the movie, Major League.
Major League.
Just trying to find some kind of fill right now, and let's talk about killing bees.
the Aquinas people in the booth next to us, they're killing bees right now, and it's kind of comical to watch. So
This time of the year, bees
Burton's
start,
still down.
don't they start trying to get indoors and go dormant, so they're pretty active. Not that I know anything about bees. I know they cross-pollinate flowers. And
I don't know.
Anyways.
My favorite bee was John Belushi on Saturday Night Live.
Saturday Night Live skit,
the bee
Killer Bees.
skits.
Yeah. Saturday Night Live should be starting a new season sometime late September.
Oh, you got a TV critic now, too? Holy mackerel.
You know, I've never done this gig before. And
There you go. Good. Well, you can keep filling. Yeah, he's still down there. So
He's moving, he's looking, but they're holding his stomach.
It's always tough in high school sports. We're trying to add a little joking around, whatever, but it's a seriousness of it all when you see a player, either it's your team or another team.
and everybody's
believe.
taking the utmost precautions these days, so
You
and
have
rightfully so. So hopefully nothing serious, and they're just doing their due diligence as the training staff of Aquinas. Now they're bringing out the stretchers, so I don't know whether it's
Every
needed
school,
or not.
Every high school, that I know of in the West New York area, I can't speak for other parts of the country, do a good job, trainers and our staff, and I believe at St. Joe's have always put the safety of the kids utmost importance, always have a trainer available, practice, games. Even on the road, we bring a trainer with us.
Well, yeah, I'm going to guess maybe some kind of leg injury, maybe, because his helmet's off. So they're not doing the precautions for any type of spinal or neck type of injury. So
Yeah, but he moved his head up.
Well,
Look down.
yeah,
Thomas Eason, number 7.
no, I think it's 27. I believe
27.
it's Damone Burton. I think I saw a 27. Take a quick look on the sideline. I don't see a 27. No, 7 is on the sideline in front of us.
His left ankle's broken.
So, see if they'll try to immobilize his leg, if that's what it is. If you're just joining us here, second half just started. It's 10 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Anybody have
18-0. If you're 8-0 in your office pool, go get the cash.
That's what I'm saying.
Because 2 safeties so far today have added to the Aquinas 2 touchdowns.
Too many times you see a safety in one game. We've had 2 in this game. We had a safety for us last week with Luis Ceres blocking a punt in the Clarence end zone. Ball bounding through the back of it, recording a safety. So that's 3 in 2 games. Really?
Yep.
1.5 games. We're only 2 minutes into the second half here. Aquinas always plays tough basketball too, right, Mark?
They are very good in basketball. Yes, we will. We'll be here in December, Tuesday, December 16th.
You know your schedule off the top of your head?
I do.
You're pretty smart.
I could run through the whole thing if I had to.
You always do a home and home with them, I believe?
This will be the first year we're not doing that. We're just
Okay.
coming here for one.
So December 16th, that's before the Christmas break, obviously.
Yep.
And last year you traveled with the boys down to New York City area?
Last year at the holidays, we went to Long Island and played Holy Trinity and Bishop Kellenberg. This year, Holy Trinity and St. Anthony's will be coming to Buffalo to play Nichols and us on Friday, December 12th and 13th. Those games will be at Nichols.
Never been into the Nichols gym.
Yeah, it's nice.
That's the new facility as well, too, isn't it?
They still play in their old gymnasium, actually. But they have a beautiful facility. Total. And then at the holidays this year, we'll be traveling to Syracuse to play in our fellow brother schools, Christian Brother Academy, Syracuse Holiday Alumni Tournament, December 29th and 30th.
I know Coach Gilbert has been trying to get a game with CBA out of Syracuse for football. But as anybody knows, I believe there's Section 3.
Yeah, they're in Section 3. They don't have any non-league games.
Exactly. So even though they are a private school, just as Aquinas plays in Section 5 in the state playoffs, So does the Syracuse teams, which makes it difficult. But next week on Friday night, we have a big public-private matchup. Am I right?
You do. You are correct. I believe Canisius at Jamestown is next Friday evening. Everybody in Western New York looking forward to that matchup. They seem to be two of the area's best.
Yeah, I believe they're number 1 and
let
number 2 in the
Let
polls.
them have at it.
I know a lot of people in Buffalo always try to get the best publics, play the best privates, and
Right.
I give credit to Jamestown and Canisius pulling it off. I believe our friend Keith McShay always seems to call out Orchard Park a lot for not scheduling any of games in West New York versus our privates, but they're also traveling next week as well. I believe they're playing Erie McDowell out of PA.
Oh, good for
Orchard
them.
Park is.
Well, it's good to see that they're all stepping out of their comfort zones a little bit, and the people that benefit. Well, it's better. It's good for the teams,
It is.
to play the best competition you can find, and obviously it's good for the fans in the area that are passionate about football or basketball or
I've
whatever.
always
So
thought-
the non-league matchups are crucial. This year in December, St. Joe's, we're hosting the Ad Pro Public-Private Challenge. It's St. Joe's December 18th, 19th, and 20th. So there'll be 10 games at our place over 3 days.
What type of public schools are coming in?
Well, we're playing Kenmore West.
That's the
And,
second year in a row now, I believe.
Yep, that'll be the
Spencer
Friday the 19th. Canisius and Jamestown are going to be two of the best in basketball. They're going to play each other on Saturday the 20th. Then we've got some other matchups, Star Point and Walsh. Every team in Monsignor Martin is in it and plays a public school, so either a city
Good.
public or an ECIC or an NFL or, so.
I've always, you might not like to hear this, but I've always thought it would be really something unique and different to, after the state championships in football, to have Western New York's top private school team play against the top public school team. But that would be interfering with your basketball practice, I would imagine, that first week in December, huh?
Yeah. So they're attending to, I believe it's Damone Burton. Hopefully I'm correct on that reporting. I thought that's what I saw right away, and I don't see it. I don't see him on the sidelines. So
Something we haven't mentioned on the air last week, though, was this year the upstate top Catholic team will be going down to the Long Island area the weekend of Thanksgiving to play the top downstate Catholic team, and ours. That's the week after our championship game at the Ralph on that Thursday. But there's rumors flying around that the game has possibility to be played at Yankee Stadium.
yep, that's true. So whoever wins the Monsignor Martin League will travel to play the top team from the Long Island Catholics.
And that's good to hear.
Yeah, it'd be fun. It just stretches the season to after Thanksgiving. So us basketball coaches aren't too thrilled about it. Truth be told, so it's long enough. So
You usually start the first week in November, right?
we started practicing on November the 10th. So on the football playoff schedule, not to look that far ahead, but the quarterfinals are on Saturday, November the 8th. The semifinals will be on Thursday, November 13th at Ralph Wilson Stadium.
Yes.
And the championship will be the following Thursday, November 20th at Ralph Wilson Stadium. And the winner of that will go to Long Island on Saturday, November 29th. And as you said, it's been reported it could be at Yankee Stadium. I find that a little bit of a stretch because I don't think the game will be very well attended. So
Speaking of downstate, when the state rankings came out this week for the first one, we knew that Canisius was ranked number 1. And I thought for sure I'd look at it and see St. Anthony number 2. But our first week opponent that we lost to 49-16, they lost to a team outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania last week. So they're actually 1-1 on the year. But as we know, Pennsylvania football is some pretty quality football. And it looks like he is getting ready to leave the field. And, hey, let's hope everything is good. Be good, young man.
yeah, and looks like they've got it's a leg injury, I'm pretty sure from what we can see here. And
Uppers on the binoculars telling us it looks like an ankle injury, pretty wrapped up in air cast. Smartly get the boys warmed up a little bit, jog up and down the sidelines. They need something
Yep,
to get
he's
going.
waving.
That's good.
Looks like he'll get the medical care he needs, and hopefully nothing too serious. And our best to him. So we're just about ready to get the play resumed. To reset, we're at 10 minutes, 16 seconds to go, third quarter, 18-0 Aquinas off their second safety of the game. So they're going to start at the 43-yard line. It's been all Aquinas up to this point, over 200 yards of offense. The Marauders mustering a short, probably less than 40.
Yes.
At this point. So a domination of the Lions by the
We went
Little
3 and out on
Irish.
that series. We're at 32 yards still. Out of the 6 possessions we've had so far today, 4 have gone 3 and out.
Both teams just getting a quick stretch in here after this 15-minute or so delay. What had been a very fast football game up to this point.
Yes, it was moving.
So much for 4 o'clock mass.
We could have stopped someplace in Rochester. they had some quality Roman Catholic.
Now I got to get Uppers home. It's Saturday night. It's dinner night. Where are we going tonight?
I don't think Linda's going out. We might go to the Dome if we go anywhere.
Up, up.
The Dome, as in Casada's Dome, or the Dome in the city of Tonawanda?
Dome in Lincoln Park.
Okay.
The grill at the indoor golf dome. Great food.
All right, we need to get refocused as well here. What do we have? 10 minutes, or less than 2 minutes into the second half.
Yep.
A little deja vu all over again, said Yogi with the safety.
You can only use that line once.
It sounds good when you say it.
Yeah, I just got a report from Pete Schneider, who's down on the field. It appears the young man has a fractured leg. So as we speculated, a leg injury, and hopefully he'll get whatever care he needs and recovers. Well, we're just about ready to go. Big crowd here today, a lot of cars. Going to be tough getting out of this parking lot. Good thing we're strategically parked, I think.
I would like to believe that big bus of ours can just go make a beeline
You're
on
not
here.
on the bus, though, are you?
Hey, come on, nobody knew that. We can follow. See if Coach Lindner will.
I'm
get
sure
his
you'll
truck
get home
right on
before the.
tails. Yeah, the bus. They
before
usually
the
take
bus.
care, as you know. They share the pizza and some food for the players after the game before we take the hour, 20-minute drive back to 716.
All right, back to football. And the Irish have it at their 43. Jameer Jones at quarterback, 2 left, 2 right. Terrence Richards, I believe, will be the running back to his right. And it is, and they give it to him, and nothing there. It
Fouled them
appears
up.
that was Chris Kukja.
Chris Kook, Klopp coming in at the inside linebacker.
Good job by Chris in the middle of that line. So gain of 1, 2nd and 9. Trips to the right. 1 left. Jones throws, and he's got his man in a
Nice call.
little slant pattern. That's number 2, Navik Tisdale. So first down at the St. Joe 45-yard line.
Nice play. Just a little slant inside of our number 2, Darren Thompson. And St. Joe's, by the way, switched to a 5-man front to try to stop that running game. Let's see who they put up front. Big Dan Carr, Julian Smallwood. Oh, they brought Patrick Klopp down to nose tackle from the linebacker. So we're going with a 50 look.
And they give the ball to Richards. Good run by Terrence Richards. Another Aquinas first down inside the Marauder 35-yard line. Some shabby tackling there again.
Yeah.
They're getting hands on the backs, but they just can't tackle.
No, they should have. That play should have gave 4 or 5 yards.
Yeah, maybe not even, yeah.
Not even.
But so another first down. 8:50 to go here in quarter 3. 2 left, 2 right. He's going to throw again, and over the middle, wide open. He's got his man. It's Taylor Riggins for another Aquinas first down. So not only can they run it, they show he can throw it a little bit.
His pass play of 21 yards, just settled down on a post zone and right against our zone defense. Jones is 5 of 7 for 85 yards. Very efficient.
Yep, he has been. They have been very efficient as a team. Jones up, he bobbles the snap under pressure, throws over the middle, and Riggins was there, but the ball was thrown low, and it's incomplete.
Nice play by Jones, just get that pass off. Yep. Again, athlete.
Second down.
Background noise coming through here.
What's that?
A little background noise coming through my headset.
Your headset? I got your microphone up a little bit. Empty backfield. Yep, 3 to the right, 2 left. Bring a man in motion. Fakes it to him, and the option keeps it as Jones. And he's still on his feet as he breaks a couple of tackles. Gets inside the 10. Louis Surace had him wrapped up a little bit, but he was able to break away from Surace. That'll be third down at the 8-yard line. So they need to get just inside the 3.
Yeah.
Holding call. Oops, our spotter here, Rich Pallier. What kind of holding?
I believe against the offense.
Offensive.
I saw the flag go in there, but then I looked and I didn't see it. It must have been on in the pile in a player.
So up holding. We'll take it back to the 19-yard line. So a little bit of a break. As you said, the crowd's kind of flat. Everything is flat here today, including the Marauders up to this point.
Rightly so. Second and 17.
Yep.
From the 19.
Jones has Ernest Edwards to his left. He's got 2 receivers on both sides. Low snap. He's got it. He's looking to throw. Nothing. Under pressure. Out of the pocket. Throws. Oh! Incomplete. It was intended for Tisdale.
Good.
Is that
good
Peter
rush.
Masters back there on coverage?
Yes. Good pass rush by Josh Jackson, keeping him. He was thinking about running it, and Josh kept him out to the outside, to the sidelines, and he got rid of the ball just as Jackson got there.
So it'll be 3rd and 15 at the 19. $7:44 now. See what they have up their sleeve. They've been in shotgun the entire game. Jones rolling to his right. Looking, throws back over the middle, and it is intercepted. That's Aziz Chatou.
Thank you.
With the interception. He making his first appearance.
His first start at
Yep.
cornerback for the Marauders. A little limited action last week. Nice play.
Yeah, I looked for him earlier. He wasn't playing in much in the first half that I could see. So Chatou with the interception, and the Marauders have it at their own 12-yard line. So Another costly turnover for Aquinas in the Marauder end.
They've had two turnovers.
Two of them, yeah, both of them inside in the red zone. So that's kept the score where it is at 18-0. Let's see if they can generate any kind of offense. Archer's under center, Conshafter and Thompson. Gives the ball to Thompson, kicks it to the outside, finds a little lane, close to the 20-yard line. See where they make the official spot.
A gain of 7.
Yep, they place it at the 18, so 2nd and 4.
Of course, I say 7. The announcer says 6.
Yeah.
I'll go with 6 now that I look at it. Positive yardage. That's all you need. Just keep moving the chain. Something could happen. Stay within it.
Again, their I formation. Archer gives it to Thompson, and nothing there. Is a great job by number 7, Eisen. Teron Eisen.
Did he close on him quick?
He sure did.
Wow.
Yep. So lost there back to the 15-yard line. So it's going to be 3rd and 7.
Another 3rd and long, Mark.
Yep. See, what have they been on 3rd down today?
1 of 5. This is only our 6th possession of the game.
Yep.
One
and
at the end of
fakes
half,
the
so
handoff
7.
to Thompson. Looks like they're going to try to set up some kind of screen. Archer throws long and well over the head of Grant Beyer. I'm not sure what kind of breakdown we had there.
It's called running for your life.
I don't know if they were trying to throw a screen back or the 4 linemen were kind of looked like they might be setting up. But either way, it's 4th down, and Surace is going to hopefully punt it away.
Grant Beyer did a smart thing. He saw his quarterback scrambling. He came back to him, and Archie sort of said, you know what, I'm getting rid of this thing, and just put it way above Grant's head, who was pretty well covered. Good snap.
Uh-oh, almost high. And Surace gets it off when it's a low bouncing punt, and it's going to be down at the St. Joe 47-yard line. So about a 32-yard kick for Surace. But there's a flag down, yep.
But no return, and that's into the win. I'll take it.
It's against Aquinas. I don't know what is it, Ups? Well, it won't change.
Illegal block against the receiving team.
Uppers is doing dual duty too.
He is
doing camera, doing spotting work. Sounds with the officials.
What I would do without you guys.
It's all about teamwork.
It is. So it'll be 10 yards. It'll take it down to the Aquinas probably 42-yard line. And that's where it's put down. 5 minutes, 50 seconds to go here in the third quarter. This game is
our offense
turned into a crawl now.
6 possessions so far this game. 4 have gone 3 and out. And the 5th was a drive that ended the first half. We knew it would be a tough one. Again, we've talked about the strength in the interior line for both Aquinas on their offense and defense. Just taking control at the point of attack. Joe's did it. They looked better against the run on the last series of that 5-man front, but Jones did well passing. So let's see if they can get a blitz now going.
Hands the ball off to Richards.
And
a fumble, and let's see who's on it.
Should be Joe's ball.
And from the looks of the player reactions, it looks like the Marauders have it. Wait for the official signal. Still haven't seen an official signal. And there it is. So the third turnover by the Little Irish, and maybe this is the boost the Marauders will need. They've got it inside the Aquinas 50-yard line. Probably the first time they've been over midfield today, I'm going to guess.
Mark, you are very astute. I was just thinking the same thing. This is the first time we've been in Little Irish territory.
Well, maybe this will get Coach Gilbert to see if they can throw something up and get something long. Because it appears they're not going to be able to run the football.
Third turnover for the game for Aquinas. And also, they've had we had a punt and a kick. The ball bouncing around on the turf a couple of times as well.
Been a lot of bizarre happenings here. Archer's under center. Peter Masters at the bottom of your screen. Blair the top. Fakes the handoff to Thompson. He rolls. Going to throw back over the middle. Oh, ill-advised throw. Picked off by Ernest Edwards. And he takes it out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. So Archer rolled to his right, threw back a little bit to the middle, and as soon as he threw it, I could saw Edwards right there, and he ran across to get it. Ill-advised throw.
You know, that's Dave Archer's first interception of the year, and because he's a smart, heady player. And I think the timing of it, down 18-0, we just got a turnover. He tried to press one in there. I think he'd like to have that decision back.
Yep. I figured they would throw. So, turnover, and Aquinas has it at the St. Joe 30-yard line. See, they'll put it probably back on the ground in either Jones or Richard's hands. Jones fakes it in a little quarterback draw, and he's on his feet inside the St. Joe 25-yard line.
Brian Conchef
gave him about 5.5.
5.5. How did I mark that in a book?
I don't know. Just make it 5. They put it right on the
Thank you.
25 in your honor. I said at 5.5 because I wasn't sure.
Jamar Jones up to 50 yards on a day on 8 carries, very methodically. Again.
2 left. Receiver to the right. Richards in the backfield with Jones. Jones to throw. And he throws, and he's got his man. That's Tisdale inside the Marauder 15-yard line, but it's enough for an Aquinas first down.
Gain of 12.
Well, if future opponents are watching the Little Irish, you got to respect all the things they throw at you. Not only the run game, but they've shown this half they can throw the football a little bit.
Again, Jones was only like 4 of 13 last week and they lost to Canisius, but he probably started the afternoon not thinking that he would be
quarterback.
Quarterback. So now you give him a full week, and you said it earlier, he's a great athlete. He's got 50 on the ground on a read option, quarterback draws, another 100 through the air.
So in the shotgun, Jones fakes the handoff, rolls to his right. Play we saw earlier. He's got his man. That's number 6, Riggins.
Blocking the back. It should be coming back.
Yep, got a flag here. That's the plan they ran earlier.
I'm sure the coach will tell number 5 no reason to even get in front of him.
Yep.
He had to pile on.
So the Marauders is going to catch a break here with an illegal block in the back.
You would think this game's in Western New York with the number of flags against Aquinas today.
Officiating's been very good today.
Very good. Taking points off the board.
Yep, it'll take it back to the 11-yard line. It's a spot foul.
Exactly.
So it'll still be first down and about 7 yards. Spotted at the 11. 4 minutes, 32 seconds. Yes, still the third quarter. We had about a 20-minute delay or an injured Aquinas player. Early reported maybe a fractured leg. Jones looking to throw. Looks to his left. Throws to the end zone. Oh, he had his man, Riggins, but a little too high. Incomplete. Second down. Wide open, though.
Yes.
So good read by Jones.
You notice Jones, too, and you see that a lot of times with running quarterbacks. The ball tends to move a little high, and a lot of his passes today have been just a little off the mark, if anything, on the high side.
So they break the huddle at second down. Some referee confusion here. Not sure.
They're saying it's 2nd and 10. So on that spot foul, he gained the first down on the run.
All right.
So you push him back 10. So it should have been 1st and 10. And that is now why they moved it back. So instead of 2nd and 7, it's 2nd and 10 from the 11.
I don't personally. I do not agree with that, but not with you said what you said. What they did. You said what they did. I thought they handled it right the first time.
Well, fine. If the player
But I guess-
gains the first down and then the foul is committed,
Oh! Don't be breaking the
Well, we-
windows. I was just flipping them out. I'm going to say Pete Schneider's going to get a bill for broken press box windows.
we'll clean it up. When we're done.
2nd down and 10 at the 11-yard line. We were working under some tough conditions. Jones gives it to Richards, and he spins his way down to the 5-yard line.
Never a good sign when your cornerbacks are almost leading the stat page in tackles.
So
Darren Thompson was
2nd and
fifth.
4 at the goal, or excuse me, 2nd and 4 at the 5.
Now it'll be 3rd.
Or 3rd down. Double excuse. Three-back backfield. Gives it to Richards, following his blocking, and he's in for the Irish touchdown. Terrence Richards.
His 3rd of the day.
And Irish now go in front 24-0. Pending the points.
Now, again, who's ever got the squares in the office, 5-0. You know, at times you see a 35 you do, I guess.
We are not condoning
35
or
points. Yes.
football pools on high school football. Kick up in place, and it is good. 3 minutes, 53 seconds left in quarter number 3. It's all the Little Irish, 25-0 over your St. Joe Marauders. Mark Simon, Tim Wegren, and Rich Uppers-Pallier bringing you all the action. It's all been Aquinas action. Paul Naska on vacation this week.
Vacation again?
Yep,
they
he's
say?
probably sunning himself today in Erie, Pennsylvania, I believe.
People go
Hot
to
spot
Erie
for
vacation?
vacations.
In Erie?
Yeah, it's a little baseball tournament today, I believe. And he'll be back next week. Hopefully, he'll be back during the week to help with a little
Yes.
volleyball on Tuesday at 6:30, St. Francis. Volleyball on Thursday, 6:30, Canisius. That's fun. That will be fun stuff. And then Wednesday
game
at
in
4:30,
St. Joe's?
soccer, St. Francis. I'm sorry, what?
That volleyball game at St. Joe's?
Yeah, we don't travel for volleyball broadcast. No, they're only home only for volleyball, and that's the playoffs, and that's a different story. But we're not traveling. Just give the fans a little treat and the kids a chance to see themselves
That's always good.
on the World Wide Web, courtesy of our friends at AudioSportsOnline.com. Cheklowitz to kick it for the Little Irish. Good kick, and that one goes almost out the back of the end zone. Second time he's done that today. And the Marauders will start at their 20. Going to have to start lighting it up now, I would think. Just throw it all over the place, see if you can make a play.
Yes.
So a couple new running backs. I can see he's got Cordell Owens now in the backfield,
At the fullback.
along with Archer.
Near G from
Two receivers left and right. Archer looking,
Bubble screen and
throws
there.
out in the flat to Thompson. It's incomplete.
That ball could have easily been
To the lateral. That was very close, yep. Hey, when in doubt, you got to just go get the ball.
Play to the whistle.
Yep.
See number 12, Jake Zembeck on the sidelines in front of us here for Aquinas. He's got some very good height.
Oh, yeah.
6'2". Michigan State, they were playing today. I saw a college football game. It's against somebody. Big blowout in that first half.
Archer on 2nd and 10. Looking, now he steps up, and under pressure and down he goes. Back to the line of scrimmage. 3 Little Irish after him. 33 Conrad Brake, 51 Jordan Richardson amongst the Aquinas linemen. So 3rd down.
No, we've had 1 first down for St. Joe's in the second half here to go with their 2 in the first half. Oof. Oy.
Yep. Cordell owns the lone back. Archer back to pass. They're going to run a little middle screen to Conshafter, and I don't know if they call that a fumble or an incomplete pass.
They're talking about it.
Yeah, the 2 officials are going to talk. That had to be an incomplete pass. He didn't have enough time to catch that ball.
I think he might have turned around.
Nope, incomplete. Yeah, it's
Incomplete or not advanceable.
incomplete pass, and that is the right call without a doubt. They were not fooled at all on the middle screen to Conshafter.
No.
The defender was right there. So it's incomplete, 3 and out again, and the Marauders will kick it away. Another 3 and out. How many of those today?
4 out of 7 drives, Mark. I'm sorry, 5 out of 7. The other drive ended the first half.
Well, you knew the Little Irish were going to come to play after getting shellacked last week by Canisius. Serace gets it away. Good punt. Fair catch sign given by Zach Brienza. And the Little Irish punt will start at the Marauder 47-yard line. 2:42 here in quarter 3. Which has kind of turned into a kind of a boring football game.
Yeah, it has. Drive starts in the second half. Aquinas 43. They're 40. St. Joe's 30. Now it's St. Joe's 47.
Yep.
Needless to say, the game's being played in the St. Joe's
territory.
No,
the whole game, yeah.
Okay.
Except for the last turnover that
the
Marauders caused here at midfield. You know, they've had their way. And Jones going to throw again, and it's complete. He's got his man. It's number 5, Brienza. A lot of guys have touched the football today for the Little Irish, and they got a lot of guys who can make plays.
Yes.
So
puts Jones over 100 yards throwing. And
then good game for him. Nice to have a reserve quarterback with that kind of ability. And when Zembiak comes back, for the sectional run for them.
Yes.
You would hope, because Jones will go to wide receiver. And hands the ball off to McGee, number 17, and the little bowling ball takes it inside the 35-yard line for another Aquinas first down.
Almost looks too easy. Nice. It's just a
it is too easy.
Dive play, 8 yards.
Fakes the handoff and keeps it himself, does Jones. He's going to get a couple yards to around the 30-yard line.
Little run blitz there coming off the outside.
Minute and 30 left here in the quarter.
Coach Romano on a defense is trying to roll the dice a little bit and see if he can blitz in the right hole just to try to clog things up. Slow up their running game, which has been all too effective for over 200 yards rushing on the day so far.
Jones is going to throw, throws to the end zone, and it is, just out of the reach of Melvin Grayson, the wide receiver.
There is such a thing as a well-thrown football. That was it.
Yep, very, very nicely thrown. Good coverage back there, though.
3rd and 8. 1 minute left in the third quarter. And they're not afraid to throw.
No.
It doesn't matter who's out there.
Well, it's only week 3.
Yeah.
They've got they're a new quarterback, so there's.
I got no problems with the play
No, they
call.
got a lot of work. They got work to do.
Yeah.
They've got work to do.
Their schedule's always difficult for them. They play a lot of teams, obviously, the Monsignor Martin teams, and then they play strong teams outside of Syracuse, too, I think.
And Jones has got his man, Riggins, and he's in for a little Irish touchdown. Taylor Riggins, second TD today, I think. Yes. Oh, no, they called one back on a penalty, so no. He had one in the last drive. But either way, it's now 31-0 as he was wide open.
Hey, you made me look down at my numbers. I think I missed a touchdown pass. It is his first touchdown pass of the year for Mr. Jones.
Whoa. Down, up, kick, good. And 55 seconds here in the third quarter. It's now 32-0, all the Irish. And you got some of the spectators starting to head out of the seats. That'll make the parking a little better. Somebody's telephone's going on. Oh, it's yours.
That would be mine.
We didn't make the announcement before the broadcast to turn off your cell phones. Especially if you have a microphone next to you.
It's never good.
Not a good thing. 32-0. That's not a good thing either. Hopefully this will alleviate the parking jam getting out of here. As we head back from the Finger Lakes to Western New York.
Rochester.
For the post-game. You're in the Finger Lakes region right now.
Sure. I guess the
technically.
show that. All right.
Yeah, boy. Hey, they're going to have to regroup next Saturday afternoon, 1 o'clock, St. Francis. In the first key league game is now, you got to begin to, fight for positioning for the playoffs.
There'll be a lot to go over during the week for Coach Gilbert. I'm sure he knows that. And he just brought his players to the sidelines, a little timeout, if you want to call it that, before they went out there and said, hey, keep battling. Don't anybody give up. Make some plays.
Yeah, at some point, too, he's got to play some other guys now as well.
Yes.
The game's done. So play some of your reserves. Kicked into the end zone for another touchback. If he has a backup quarterback, this might be an opportunity to play him.
That would be Ryan Conchafter.
Just in case, something happened to Archer, you'd want Conchafter to have had some snaps.
Now, we talked about Aquinas drive starts pretty much all in St. Joe's territory. For St. Joe's, this is our fifth drive of the second half. And it's the fourth one inside our 20, or at the 20.
Yeah, it's been all one way today.
Masters offsides.
He was drawn off by the
But he was
Aquinas
moving backwards, and he would be off the line of scrimmage. I'm surprised I'll be able to see how they call that.
I think defense first because number 55 was in the neutral zone and made our man go. And Uppers, you and I are correct. 5-yard penalty on the Irish.
It's their seventh penalty of the game. Conversely, just one for St. Joe's. On that personal foul, a late hit or whatever it might have been in the first quarter, second quarter.
Total offense today for us now. What number are we at?
We have yet to reach 50, Mark.
I had a text request for the number. It's less than 50.
You can take a text message and my phone can't ring?
Well, no, nobody knew it. You didn't hear mine vibrate.
We are at 40 yards of offense for the day as of right now. just a little, about 300, a little north of 300 yards for Aquinas.
Second and 5. Marauders have it at their own 25. 17 seconds and running here in the third quarter.
I think if there is time to run out the quarter, that's what
Yep,
they're going to do.
they're not going to run this play, and no flags, no nothing. And quarter number 3 is in the books. Aquinas doubled the score. It was, what did we have at halftime? 16 nothing, and we now have 32. And they'll reverse ends, and we'll try to get to quarter number 4 going and in the books so we can hop on the thruway and get home.
We averaged 44 plays a quarter last week.
Yep.
176 plays in that game.
Who did?
We are at exactly yardage per the day is 301 for Aquinas and 40 for St. Joe's. St. Joe's just 3 yards coming through the air and a little.
Yep. How does St. Francis play this weekend? Are you versed on that?
I was. No, I do not know. Well, let's just answer it that way. I was looking earlier in the day. I believe they are traveling to Ohio team. No, I'm sorry. They play South Park tonight. That's what it is.
Okay, there you go.
Big public Catholic.
It's a big difference from Ohio.
Yes. Which I believe that game is being played at St. Francis. And that's good South Towns.
So here we go. We're heading down the stretch here, quarter 4. Archer pitches the ball to Thompson. And nothing there at all. Maybe a loss of a yard. As the Aquinas defense have been in the St. Joe backfield all game. And they are again on that play. What we need is the mercy rule here. Let that clock just run like they do in Pennsylvania.
I believe it'd be 35 points or better. So
yeah, in Pennsylvania it's 35. So Aquinas will continue to play its tough schedule of private schools and then get themselves in the section because they won't play it. The section won't. Anybody won't play them. They have the same problem in basketball, so they're like independent. Shotgun for Archer on 3rd and 6. Archer throws, and he's got his man. That's Peter Masters. And it was dropped?
Yes.
Oh, he had it for a second. So it's incomplete, 4th down, and the Marauders will punt it away. Another B enters our
ball was can't blame
this one's a
David
little
Archer
pesty.
on
He's
that.
a little
It was
bit
right
of
there.
this guy. He's not afraid of any of us. Most of these bees have been going to the window. Not that one. Now he's hovering around uppers. Serace, great punt. And it's taken by Ernest Edwards over midfield. Great fake there. Still on his feet. And down he goes at the St. Joe 36-yard line. Outstanding return by Ernest Edwards.
Good
One of the many athletes featured here on this little Irish football team.
Good punt of 36 yards, but when you have a 26-yard return off it,
Yep.
it's a gain of 10, as they say.
See some substitutions now for the Irish. Backup quarterback now, Billy Gillinan. McGee in the backfield, looks like.
And
Hopefully they'll just run some
defensively,
running plays here.
everything's the same for St. Joe's.
They've made their statement. A little miscommunication on the handoff, so Gillen ends up keeping it and gains back to the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 2nd down.
Julian Smallwood it comes up on a tackle, open up a little bit afterwards.
So, second down. We're inside 10 minutes now. Hope to see everybody out next Saturday afternoon for the first league battle as we start to head into league play now.
Weather's supposed to be nice next weekend, too.
Yeah,
Back
it's
in the
supposed to be
70s
great.
again.
Yep. I have a tee time for next Friday.
Nice.
Flag here and the handoff to McGee. He's going to outrun a bunch of Marauders down to the 25-yard line, but there is a flag. Might have a penalty on the illegal formation, I think, the signal on the Irish. So that one is going to come back.
As you hear the crowd go, ah.
Yeah.
They're looking for something. They've had a lot to cheer about today. Obviously, 32 points, 4 touchdowns, 2 safeties. So let's see again.
Michigan State 73-14 over Eastern Michigan.
Eastern
Yeesh.
Michigan.
Yeesh. Wisconsin threw a big 65 on Bowling Green. Maryland all over the Orangemen, 31-13. Gillen gives the ball to McGee, and he runs it up the middle, and he's met by Smallwood.
And Gunshafter.
Not a lot of college football games this afternoon either.
No,
Really, all of them are tonight, to be honest with you.
Aquinas has a good, I'd say about almost 60 players on their bench. We got 46 for our Marauders.
8 minutes and counting now, 8:40. We're counting our way down. Gillen hands the ball off to McGee, and he bounces it to the outside. He's at the 30, little juke move and cut back inside the 27-yard line. It'll be a little short of the first down, so it'll bring up fourth and, let's say, maybe a long one.
Yeah.
2 at the most. And we'll see if they're going to try to run it here. Yep. See if they can get a first down. Adam Sutton now in the backfield for the Irish.
And mind you, anybody, this is not running up the score. You're 4th
No,
and 1. You got to
no.
go for it.
Yeah,
Don't field goal
absolutely, yep.
anything. Hey,
Running
second
play
team.
to Sutton, and he generates enough yards for Aquinas' first down inside the 25. So they'll move the chains. That's a good thing from our broadcasting perspective, because they're just going to run the ball here. So
Efren Bostic with his first tackle of the game, and St. Joe's now start getting their some work for their second teamers. And Dan Gollin comes on the field, senior.
and they hand the ball off to number 8. That's a great move again. That's Adam Sutton.
That was a nice run of 14 yards. First down at St. Joe's 9.
I've no mercy for this bee.
And Mark just got another one.
So a ball on the 8-yard line.
If I'm keeping numbers correctly, that's number 5 or 6 on the B count.
Going to have more bees than the Marauders are going to have offensive yards the way we're going here. Timeout called by the Little Irish.
And that, make sure they got the right personnel out there. All Irish on the day.
Yes, it is.
You never saw the old field, did you?
The band's still playing away down there. Half the crowd is gone.
Niagara Falls is opening up their new athletic complex up there today,
Today?
too.
Who are they playing?
Will North.
Oh, nice. That'll be.
Will North says, thank you very much for inviting us to your new place. We'll take the opening kickoff 96 yards.
Beautiful. Any
Grand
any
Island.
word on my alma mater, the Blue Devils?
No.
Okay.
And I don't even
They're
know
playing
who
Lockport today.
Okay. Nothing on the Prep Talk Twitter feed on that score. Another nice field. Grand Island opened up last night. They're playing underneath the lights for the first time in 50 years. Right behind the high school.
Yep, first and goal. They give it to McGee, and he's met by the middle of that Marauder line. I see number 40, Tim Noonan.
I see a 57, Charlie Higgins. And Noonan.
So no gain, no loss of one, actually. So it'll be second and goal. Clock ticking, 6:35. The Red Raiders, St. Francis, next Saturday, 1 o'clock at St. Joe's. Gillen fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, trying to find some room around the right, and he cuts back, and touchdown for the backup quarterback, Billy Gillen. 6'2" junior puts 6 points on the board, and it's now 38-0, the Irish.
That was a nice run by the Billy Gillen. I was actually watching the left-hand side. I thought he gave it up on the option, kept it, went to the right-hand side.
But again, a little shoddy tackling, I guess, for lack of a better phrase.
Shoddy, spell that S-H-O.
I don't know. Shabby tackling.
Shabby.
Shoddy. Bad tackling.
I have a tough time pronunciating, so I better not say shoddy on the air. I may
No, there you
mispronounce
go.
it.
We're not regulated by the FCC. Anyway. So the point is good. 39-0. 6 minutes still to play here.
Something we haven't talked about is, and I'm sure uppers here will add to this with little respect, is Charlie Dingboom passing away, the longtime coach from Riverside.
Yep, very sad. One of my father's best friends. They coached together at Riverside for some of the greatest times in the history of Riverside football. Not some of the greatest times. 41 game winning streak in the early 60s. That's still one of the tops in the New York State history.
66, I think he left.
Yep. So.
He coached Benji Blumen, your dad.
Yep. It's some.
I've never met the man
great.
personally myself, but anybody who speaks of it and speaks in high regard of just a person that just helped mentor a lot of high school age kids over the years.
Yep, he's an amazing man.
Coached at Nichols too. I never knew that.
He did. He finished at Nichols. Yep. He coached for around 60 years straight.
God bless him, and he'll be remembered.
Yep. So here's the kick by Aquinas, taken by Conshafter. Up the middle and out over the 30 to around the 35-yard line. Marauders will take it first
That's
down.
our most positive play of the game on a 19-yard
Maybe.
kickoff return.
So Archer will come out and take some more snaps.
We have played 18 minutes in the second half. We have held the ball for only 5 minutes.
Hey, there's only two words: complete domination today by the Little Irish.
I have some other words, but
Yeah, we're not
FCC
saying those. Yep.
regulation, type stuff.
Archer gives the ball to Marcus Evans, and Evans gets maybe half a yard.
Ryan Conshafter is our backup quarterback, and
Right.
he goes both ways, running back, linebacker. So if you're just going to hand the ball off, keep Archie in there.
Yeah, that's
keep the quarterback exchange going the way it is. Not like he's going to come out throwing.
right. 5:40 left. Needless to say, there will be no post-game show.
No.
We will be packing up for volleyball on Tuesday night, 6:30, St. Francis and St. Joe's.
I'm sure Paul will be in town, but I will tell you right now, I don't know very much about volleyball to do a call. Thank you very much.
That's not much to it. Got a spike, you got to jump, you got to serve. Know the rules.
Gain 5
Let the
yards.
crowd noise do the rest. So 5-yard gain for Archer. And it'll be 3rd and 5.
St. Joe's, 1 for 7 on 3rd down conversions, you would think.
Pitches it to Evans. And they are now 1 for 8.
Put his head down. He put his head
He's a good
down.
little runner.
He is. We were at St. Anthony's 2 weeks ago on Friday, and as you all know, the score was a blowout. And Marcus was running towards our side. He took a pop on the sidelines, and I thought he wasn't going to run as hard the rest of the day. He actually ran harder after that play. So a lot of credit to him. As we all know, a lot of players don't like playing this time of the day game, but hey, if you got a chance, you got to show the coach, hey, what about me? Bring up a 4th, going for it on 4th and 2, I would.
Hands the ball to the up back. I didn't get the number there.
Probably Bumberski if by the type of running he was doing there. Yep.
So a 1st down. One of very few here today.
Our 4th of the day.
Sure, I'd like to get a touchdown here and not get whitewashed.
Yes.
Archer, hands off to Evans. Let's see what he can do. He tries to outrun. The defense is going wide as he can. And he gets about 4 yards, 3 or 4.
Heck, we'll give him 4.
4 minutes on the clock. Well, Timmy, it's been great to have you helping out. I truly appreciate it.
Just a little talking while you're
Up,
watching some high school
up,
football.
Uppers would have had to put the headset on and film and...
You might not be able to get a word in edgewise there, Mark, with Uppers on the call, huh?
He could do it all on his own.
Uppers has been filming St. Joe's athletic games for 30-plus years, I believe.
Oh, ups, Jesus, on your hand. Sorry. I swatted a bee on his hand.
Oh, that's a horse collar. Whoa. I'd like to see that one.
1st down, though, for Evans.
29th year here.
29th year, Uppers says. That was close, Uppers. I said close to 30. Gain of 10 yards and a 1st down for junior Marcus Evans.
As we begin to
pack
up our stuff here.
That hour or 20-minute drive is never enjoyable.
No.
After a game like this.
Hand off to Bomberski. Inside 3 minutes.
No, I'm not on the bus. I'm with Coach Lindner. Again, we give a little shout-out to some good news. Our JV squad up.
Yeah, that's great. 3-0.
2 shutouts in a row, though, and that's what's nice to see.
When's the big game?
Big game is Friday, October 3rd.
Stransky Field.
At Stransky Field. Right now, Canisius is undefeated as well as us. So we need to get not overlooking St. Francis next Saturday morning.
Pitch to Evans. Follows Bomberski. He might have a lane here, and he sprints his way inside the 10-yard line. Out of bounds. Good burst of speed there by Marcus Evans.
Yeah, he made
it. They mark him out at the 10.
He saw that hole, and he took off. Nice.
Oh, Marauders trying to get on the board. 2:22 now.
Read on some numbers here. Richards finishing up the day with 84 yards, 3 scores for Aquinas on 12 carries.
Hands the ball to Evans again. He's got a big hole, and he's in, let's see, touchdown. Marcus Evans, 10 yards.
Hey,
and the Marauders are not going to go home shut out as they get 6 on the board here, make it 39-6 with exactly 2 minutes left in the football game.
It's the little things. Obviously, the score is lopsided. The numbers for the game is lopsided, but it's always important not to see that 0 on your
you're right.
scoreboard. Not that it's going to make that hour, 20-minute drive any better, as we just said. Hell, heck no.
Surace for the point. And it is good.
And looks like
maybe we'll see a little onside next.
Really?
That surprised me.
All right, well, we got Alabama, Florida game, 3:30. SEC. Hey, what time is it? It is 3:30. Game time. Well, anyways, thanks for asking to do the game. Pleasure helping out. You and Mark, or you and Paul have always done a good job for all the games before.
Onside, you think, or no? Just kicking.
Kick it away.
And then we should just see, hopefully, 3 quick kneel downs and run for the bus. Run for something.
Yeah. If it wasn't for that delay in that third quarter, this would have been a quick game.
Yeah.
I hope everything's okay.
I hope so. Yep. Good kick by Surace. Taken by the up man for Aquinas, and he's bobbling around with the football. And up.
Oh, I thought that.
Down he go. I did too. That's what I thought too. The same thing. Yeah. Yep.
Good kick by the young Louis Surace. 55-plus yard kick.
And a handoff. Loss of a yard. It's being second down. Clock ticks, minute 40.
Tucker Reddington into the game, the grandson of the legendary coach from St. Joe's, Tucker Reddington Sr. That would be his grandfather. Coach for many years. You hear a lot of St. Joe's coaches talk, like we were talking about Coach Dingblom. They talk about Tucker Reddington with the same respect and regard.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well respected in Western New York. Jordan Jones out there, number 12.
Hand the ball off. Number 3 got a big lane there and out to the 12-yard line. Who's that? Yep.
Believe. Back then, when you started coaching in the 50s and 60s, that'd be a pretty tight.
They were, yep.
Group.
Yep. They were tight. They were tight. They were successful. Those were good times. This should be the last play of the game. And now they're handoff to Sutton, and down he goes. We're inside 20 seconds, and that's going to do it, folks. Mark Simon, Tim Wagren, Rich Pollier, thanks for listening. 39-7 the final. Tuesday night volleyball, football next week. Stay with us all week long for St. Joe's action. Have a good weekend.